There is a universal concern among the majority of people in the La Crosse area.
Well, the Great Rivers United Way wanted to shed light on areas that need attention with their Compass Now report. The 2015 report surveys people from a 5-county area.
Among those surveyed, there was one community issue that was a top concern among all age categories, education levels, income levels, race, and gender: illegal drug use.
A lot of times people will hear the news and they'll only hear the bad arrests of drug use and things like that. And so immediately their perception is illegal drug use is the biggest concern in the community. Now, I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying that oftentimes household surveys produce what people are perceiving to be the biggest concern.
So just how accurate is the community's perception of illegal drug use in the region?
News 8's Lisa Klein took a look at drug use trends in La Crosse County and shares her findings in tonight's News 8 Investigates report.
Well, measuring illegal drug use is difficult because not many people admit to using. To get a better picture of what it looks like in La Crosse County, I pulled data from agencies most impacted by illegal drug use. Here are a few examples. Over the past 5 years, La Crosse County has seen the number of drug-related arrests steadily increase. Note the slight decline in 2012. The number of drug-related deaths in La Crosse County has remained under 7 for the past 5 years. And the number of emergency room visits and inpatient hospitalizations at Gunderson Health System's La Crosse campus hit a peak in 2012 and has been decreasing until 2015. Now, as you just saw, drug use trends show different patterns among different agencies. Despite this, there is still a concern about illegal drug use throughout the Coulee region. Tonight, meet a woman who became part of those statistics and see how she got back on her feet.
I was a person in high school against every drug there was.
Stephanie Dunn was a 3-sport athlete and good student at West Salem High School.
Right here in that picture.
She was on the dance team, played soccer, and had a passion for gymnastics.
Right there.
But that all changed the summer after she graduated from high school in 2006.
So about 18 is when I started experiencing with prescription drugs, Vicodin, Oxycontin, morphine, just any kind of opiate drug. At 19 is when the prescription drugs weren't quite doing what they were at the beginning. I started doing heroin. It was cheaper and it did the same thing, same feeling.
Stephanie considered herself a functioning addict for many years.
I had a job. I was able to hide it.
It was a secret she had to go to great lengths to keep private.
After the first year, I think it definitely was an everyday thing for me. I couldn't go a day without using.
3 years into her heroin addiction, Stephanie became pregnant with her first child.
When I got pregnant, I tried to stop. I wasn't using as much as I would normally, but I was too ashamed to tell somebody that I was using drugs when I was pregnant.
Stephanie gave birth to a healthy baby girl, but 2 years later, when she became pregnant with her son, she wasn't as lucky.
When he was born, he was suffering from withdrawals, and I wasn't able to take him home with me right away. So he had to be put on morphine and then weaned off of that. So, yeah.
Her son spent about a month in the NICU after his birth.
I used to just read about mothers using when they were pregnant, and it was just very disgusting, and just, I would judge them. Never thought that I would be one of them.
Stephanie thought she had reached rock bottom after her son was born, but within 8 months, she started using again, and this time, she got into methamphetamine.
It just spiraled until I lost everything, and I went to jail, and I got charges to where now it's hard for me to find a job. I ruined my credit. It's just, it messed up a lot of things for me.
She spent several months in jail over a 1-year period. It was that jail time and these little faces that helped Stephanie turn her life around.
I didn't want to lose my kids. I still had custody of my kids, but I wasn't in their lives. And I knew that was going to happen if I didn't stop.
Stephanie started accepting help from several La Crosse County agencies, including a program offered by the YWCA called Ruth House.
Ruth House is a home where women who are transitioning out of treatment centers, or if they are transitioning out of homeless shelters like Salvation Army, can come and spend up to 90 days and hopefully get a job, find an apartment or someplace to move in that's safe.
And it's nice because you have other women there that you know are trying to make an improvement to their lives also. So you don't have temptations, you don't have people who aren't serious about their sobriety around you.
During their 3-month stay, the women have to remain sober and attend group meetings like Narcotics Anonymous.
We want them to be getting out to the outside, getting a recovery family. And that's the way to do it, is start going to meetings and making sure that you're meeting other people that want to stay sober.
Stephanie left Ruth House in August.
So it was a very happy ending.
She found a job and is now living with her family again in an apartment.
And the past 6 months has been the best probably so far since I've been a mother.
But it wasn't until Stephanie let go of the shame she felt about her addiction that she was able to step out of the way and let recovery take over.
I just remember being so hopeless and being at my bottom, feeling like there's no way out of it. But I mean, there is a way. Using the community's help. Once I started doing that and accepting the county's help, that's when I got sober.
Ruth House is located in La Crosse. You have to be sober for 30 days before you can be accepted into the house.
Boy, as a parent watching this, it's really hard. I mean, perfect student, athlete.
Anti-drug?
Anti-drug. And on that notion of anti-drug, she was so anti-drug. How did she get to the other extreme of getting into the statistic?
Yeah, as a parent, I wanted to have that conversation with her, and she basically said she was naive to the power of drugs. She thought she could control it. Her friends were doing it. Can't beat them, join them. So that's where she ended up. Now, if you would like to get more statistics, I've compiled data on drug use trends in La Crosse County. I've compiled the information from the most recent Youth Risk Behavior Survey and also Mayo Clinic Health System on our website, news8000.com.